Welcome to Science Lesson, Section 3 Viruses. A virus is a microscopic particle that gets inside a cell and often destroys cell or host. Common diseases caused by virus: common cold, flu, chickenpox, HIV/AIDS, even corona. Are viruses living things? Yes, because it is contain protein and genetical material. Genetical material here, that means it is DNA or RNA. They can reproduce only inside the living cells that serve as a host. They are non-living things because they cannot eat or grow. They can't break down food or break down food. They cannot use oxygen. A host is a living thing that a virus or parasite live on or in. Let me draw one cell here. This one, a cell or host. Let me draw a virus here. This one, virus or parasite. Parasite. The virus enter inside the host, use food, genetical material of host, then kill the host and go to find other cells. So that means virus destroy their host. Properties of viruses, as you see here. Viruses mean poison in Latin language. All viruses are pathogenic. Pathogenic mean cause diseases. They cause diseases in host organism. Remember, virus destroy their host. They need organism to alive. Viruses are sometimes living things when they are inside of the cell or host, and sometimes they are non-living things when they are outside of the cell. For example, let me draw again. This one again host. This one virus. The virus outside of the cell, this one non-living things. Non-living things. But when the virus inside the host or cell, this one, the virus is living things. That means when the virus inside the cell, they are living things. When they are outside of the cell, they are non-living things. They are smaller than bacteria. They don't grow. They don't eat. They don't move. Viruses are composed of genetical material and protein layer. That means genetical material, DNA and RNA. Protein coat protect the genetical material that help a virus enter a host cell. Many viruses have a protein layer or protein coat that match characteristic of specific host. Virus genetical material is either DNA or RNA, and its single circle. Both DNA and RNA contain information for making protein. Ways to classify virus into groups. Viruses can be grouped according to their shape, the type of diseases they have, their life cycle, as you see here, and the kind of genetical material they have. Their genetical material, DNA and RNA. Some viruses contain only DNA. Some viruses contain only RNA. The basic shape of viruses: crystal shapes, spheres, cylinder, spacecraft. The poliovirus is shaped like the crystals shown here. As you see, the shape of virus like look crystals. Spheres, influenza viruses look like spheres. HIV or HIV/AIDS is another virus that has structure. For example, COVID. COVID-19 is in group of spheres. Cylinder, those kind of viruses, it is attack the plant mostly. The tobacco mosaic viruses is shaped like a cylinder and attacks tobacco plants. Spacecraft, one group of viruses attack only bacteria. Many of these look like almost like spacecraft. Those kind of viruses, it is live on bacteria. Reproduction of viruses, lytic cycle. The one things that viruses do not living things also it make more themselves. Viruses attack living cells and turn them into viruses factory. This cycle called lytic cycle. The step of lytic cycle. The first step, the virus find and join itself a host cell. The second step of lytic cycle, the virus enters the cell or the virus genetic material inject into the cell. That means genetic material of virus, DNA or RNA. They send their DNA or RNA. When the virus genes are inside, they take over. They take control the cell. They take over the metabolic factory of the host and turn into viruses factory. Step 4. The new viruses break out of the host cell, which kill the host, and the cycle begin again. That means they come to inside the host, use food of the host, genetic material of host, or other material of host, then kill their host and go outside. Lysogenic cycle, it is another kind of reproduction of virus. Some virus do not go straight into cycle. These viruses also put their genetic material into host cell. In the lysogenic cycle, each new cell a copy of the virus's gene when the host cell divides. Mostly lysogenic cycle inactive of reproduction. When they become active, the lytic cycle starting. Section review question. Let us solve those questions. There are 8 questions. Let us start. Question 1. Use of the following terms in the same sentence: virus and host. A host forcing the host cell to make more viruses. Then viruses kill the host bacteria and look for another host. One characteristic viruses have in common with living things is that they eat, they sleep, they reproduce, they grow. Of course, viruses also reproduce. This is one common characteristic between virus and the other living things. Describe 4 steps in lytic cycle. The virus find and join itself to host cell. The virus enter the cell or the virus genetic material is injected into cell. That means they send their DNA or RNA. When the virus genes are inside, they take over the metabolic factory of the host cell and turn into virus factory. The new cell viruses break out of the host cell, which kill the host. The cycle begin again. Explain how the lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle are different. In the lysogenic cycle, a virus invents a host cell but does not start making copy of itself it right way. The gene stay inactive for a long time. When the genes become too active, the lytic cycle start. That means lysogenic cycle inactive part. Lytic cycle is active part of reproduction of virus. A bacterial cell infected by a virus divides every 20 minutes. After 10,000 division, the new viruses are released from their host cell. About how many weeks will this process? Every 20 minutes, the viruses divide. Then 10,000 division, 10,000 times 20, it is going to be 200,000 minutes. So 200,000 minutes change into hour over 60, because 1 minute 60 minutes it is going to be 1 hour, so we are going to change in hour. 200,000 over by 60, it is going to be 3,333 hours. That means minute change into hour. 3,333 hours change into day. That means every 24 hours going to be 1 day. When we divide by 24, it is going to be 139 days. That means hours change into days. So days change into weeks now. Every 7 weeks, every 7 days it is going to be 1 week. 139 days over 7, it is going to be 19.8 weeks. That means days change into weeks. Our answer going to be 19.8. Do you think the modern transportation has had an effect on the way viruses separate? Of course, because coronavirus. Modern transportation makes it possible for a virus to separate to a larger area faster. Airplane can travel halfway around the world in less than 1 day. A virus carried by someone on the plane could also travel halfway around the world in that period of time. For example, coronavirus. What characteristics of virus do you think have made finding drugs to attack them difficult? Viruses reproduce very quickly, and viruses can change rapidly. For example, influenza virus can change into coronavirus, so it is too hard to fight with viruses. Even antibiotic cannot kill the viruses. Question 8. Expression opinion. Do you think the vaccination are important even in areas where the virus is not found? Vaccination are important because the people travel and viruses can turn up in place where it has historically been found. The scientists produce vaccination from that viruses or pathogen, so the human body will know the kind of diseases. If the alive virus enter the body will fight the really virus.